times in a row, having or not having the dex doesn't affect him as much because he's not getting hit like that, right? Whereas there's some of these players where they get sent to disadvantage and they get hit 4 to 5 times and they're immediately disarmed. Kinda, he's getting hit like once or twice, you know, but he's still able to hang on to whatever weapon he has in hand. And when he does get his hits, his punishes are hitting people like 4 to 5 times in a row.
Yes.
And so he still has the, you know, the aspect of what makes Teros working heavily in his favor. I mean, even in a matchup like this, where you're going into Ember, right? Like, okay, cool. 1-2, charges that ground pound, doesn't get hit, and you know he gets hit like 1 or 2 times and he's out of there. But it's when he gets hit like 4 to 5 times is when it starts to be a little bit scarier. But he also has just a good enough defense anyway, where getting that next weapon won't be as hard for him as I think it would be for some of the other characters.
100%. I mean, it is crazy that we're like justifying this idea of like, but what if I play perfect?
Yeah, what if he's just better?
Then, what if I never got hit? And then maybe things would be okay. But it has worked out so far. I was just browsing the bracket as well, and I believe it was C that beat Kyna in a Game 5 set to put Kyna in the elimination bracket. So went on a little bit of a monster run in the elimination side, but see if Power can do anything about it. First strike has not been taken quite yet.
And that's going to be an end line, and it's enough. The power of Hammer combined with the base stats of Teros, making it more than enough. And he kind of gets to refresh his weapon as well, right? And so that's extremely important, because now it means kind of ever gets the lead and he takes the stock, he gets a chance to effectively refresh the durability that he's working with. Right? So he can push that advantage even further.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it kind of further pushes this idea that I was talking about in the previous set of like weapon starves are pretty important now, right? Like especially with you know, being able to try to get the spawns as soon as you can. That's just going to be an entire stock for Power. This kind of comes off the respawn.
There it is. Has an axe in hand. Probably going to be looking for those end lights. There's one attempt. Tries to go for it twice. Very baby punish here coming out from Power. And kind of getting mixed up in the no man's land area, right? Trying to figure out what side do I end light. He hasn't been confident. Wow, maximum space side light though from kind of punish, but he's been chopped up a bit here. I wouldn't be surprised if this. That might be enough. No, doesn't actually.
I was
get the combo.
gonna say it, like so the like extended string that Power got off of that was like crazy discipline from Kyna to just not dodge at all during all of it, and then he dodged where it mattered a little bit more once he was at higher damage. So I like that a lot.
And at the same time, was able to swap weapons as well. I was scared for him getting unarmed, but the timing of that made it so that it didn't even matter.
Does find the counter hit he's looking for, and like you said, that combination of Teros plus a pretty solid weapon collection is pretty darn good in the hands of Kyna.
There we go, first punish.
Oh my gosh,
I love the
double
extension.
Get out of here.
Yeah, into the ground pound.
Yeah.
And kind of uses the grounded ground pound better than anyone. There it does again, right?
Well said.
It's just faster than going for like a side air or something.
Oh my gosh, crazy you're insane. Sure, okay. I mean, it's still happening. This could still be a counter hit from Kyna. He does get one.
Nice.
Yep, one of the best legends out there at sharking from the ground position, and Kyna, like you said, his neutral is just so good that he's usually not putting himself in crazy spots like we just saw.
Beautiful.
And of course, the GC breakdance means that he will be taking game 1. Was pretty close to dark red as well on that second stock.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really drives the point home that Kyna's pretty tough to hit.
So hard to hit, and his claim to fame, I think, is just winning using like the base moves of the weapons that he's using, right? And so, like, you know, you play some characters, especially like Scythe Legends, you're like, all right, I'm gonna rack up all this damage, and I'm gonna use my signatures to get the knockout. Kind of like, I don't really press that button. I think he landed that one down sig for funsies, and then I know he ended up losing a stock for going for that reverse slide charge end sig.
Yeah.
But like otherwise, he's finding stocks with like end light, down light, ground pound. Like they're not anything that any other axe or hammer legend can't do.
Yeah, for sure. It's just the fundamentals are just so strong. And again, like I don't think it can be overstated how crazy it is, especially to like with the new dex changes and whatnot, to be playing this legend in spite of all of that and still having it work out so far.
But now Power doing a much better job in this game too. I mean, keeping kind of relatively starved here, hasn't taken as much damage. Oh no, but you give a huge opportunity.
And weapon toss. Okay, this is one more movement economy. Yep, there's a jump.
Oh, I like that. Actually, instead of going for the recovery punish, going for the side air. But yeah, all things considered, decent takeaway for Kyna. Racked up so much damage, brought things back to even. The N6 and a KO, but Kyna effectively one blow away from tying things up. So this is barely a lead at all for Power.
Yeah, probably just needs a weapon and then back to the normal game plan, as you pointed out. Oh, maybe you just don't need a weapon at all if you're like that.
All right. Let's see Power trying to find a way to weapon. Grabs a bow here. Trying to play very precariously, right? Wants to tack on those little bits of extra damage. Every hit Kyna gets is just worth so much more. 2 end lights. And just forcing Power into the corner. 3 end lights now. Almost gets the side light as well to follow. D-light anti-airs are so quick as well. I mean, Kyna, this is what I'm talking about by just the base kit, man.
This is crazy. This is so good, like fundamentally speaking from Kyna. And he has always been fundamentally amazing at the game, right? But this is just showcasing it so much more now.
He missed the dash input there. He had that stomp. That's why everyone struggles against this guy, man. It's the reason he has the amount of gold medals he has.
Okay, no whiff punish with the stomp. The weapon toss does cover a pretty high arc around Power's head, though. And light, not too much more after that, but it is the offstage. Right idea with the stomp, but there we see it kind of be not great for Kyna. Early disarm and stayed on stage, so it wasn't really any opportunity to pick up a weapon yet.
Okay, and a down sig. KOs off the backboard. All right, baby lead here for Power, but yet again, right? I mean, this is Teros we're talking about here. Kind of grabs a weapon. Even an end light in the corner, I think, might have enough juice.
Seeing a lot of stomps, might find their mark quite yet. Maybe that one comes through as well. Yep, there's one.
Wow, I can't believe it didn't work. Got chopped up on the dash in. That's going to be a punish. Yeah, you get a free 2-piece. Ooh, couldn't get the side air to connect true off the slide off the stage.
Yep.
An end light will probably do it here. Get in the corner.
Yeah, there's a lot of options that Kyna has, but now it's kind of Power taking over the title of, like, how do you hit me? That's a lot of damage. It's a crazy amount of momentum for Power as well. The disarm way downtown as well. Power throws the weapon away, tries to go for a signature with the bow to connect. Another unarmed KO from Kyna. Makes that 2 out of 3 stocks taken without one of these weapons on the 9 Power Teros.
Okay. Trying to rack up a bit of damage, but you're in the end light recovery territory, so you have to be careful. Oh, I appreciate it.
Oh, if that scoop hits, I mean, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But Power really made a statement with that game. I mean, I think Power was very hard to hit in the second stock.
I agree.
And it snowballed into an entire game, so we're looking at a close one.
Yeah, definitely kind of having a much more difficult time finding the hits. And, you know, part of that is just the difference between playing with the lead versus playing from behind.
Yeah.
I think Kyna is one of the best players in Brawlhalla at playing with the lead, right? He really makes you think about how are you going to break the mold to find your connection. When he's playing from behind, still extremely good, but I feel like most players just don't have the patience to force Kyna to come to approach them. Instead, they're like, I have a lead, and I'm going to keep trying to run you down, and then he thrives off of that, and they have much closer games than they probably should. In this instance, though, Power said, nah, you know what, bro, I got time today. I'm waiting.
I'm not going nowhere. I can hang.
I'm the rabbit with the clock, bro. You see this? Yeah. All day.
Oh, yeah. Really good adjustment so far. So let's see if it can stick, though, is the big thing. Because to everything that you've been saying, it's hard to maintain that type of mindset for an entire set also. Like, when you're just like, dang, I really got to, like, play slow, play tempo, and, like, try to make sure I get my spots, because Kyna is a player that will not allow me to get a lot of them.
Okay, good opening. All right, Power so far looking pretty good, starting things up, but can Kyna, I mean, these hits just hurt way more. Goes for the torpedo there, not gonna land. Okay. Power doing a good job keeping us close. Nice retaliation from Kyna, getting the punish on that down sig.
Yeah, and the patience again. Look, Power is still striking first, but he's taking a beat to wait. He's not letting Kyna really close too much distance. It's clean so far, but the problem with this is, like, if they go even in damage, Kyna just wins, right? Like, because he just has the higher strength legend.
Whoa, that is a crazy
Dang.
read from Power. You could
Oh my
see the
God.
way Kyna was trying to mix him. He's like, where am I? Where am I going to be? Dashing to your left, dashing to your right. You don't know where I'm at. The homeboy just stood still. Said,
Sometimes
I'm
you're
going to
like,
side
you know
to the
what?
right, bro.
Yeah. Like, I'm kind of why Iotas.
I'm like that, bro.
Oh my God, again, the connections from Kyna unarmed. They found a couple of stocks in the last game.
Ooh.
But I think Power is just extending this lead that much further. Ground pound with the guitars comes through. Nobody's home.
Good delay from Kyna on the recovery there. Almost got caught by that ground pound. Tries to go for that grounded ground pound. That actually was probably enough to KO Power, but instead of that happening, looks like Power's going to be the one to KO Kyna. Kyna looking a little bit lost now that Power's figured out how to slow down the tempo.
You know what's so, like, we spent so much time teeing up Kyna as this, like, paradigm of patience and, like, you know, it's so hard to hit him, this, that, and the other. But I feel like now that Power has matched that freak a little bit, you're like, okay, now it's really hard to hit Power, and it feels like Kyna is swinging a lot more often.
Yeah, definitely, right? And whiffing is the big part, too. Swinging and missing, kind of not prone to doing that often. But here we go. Oh, doesn't get the guaranteed conversion there. It's a little bit awkward. That should be a free three-piece. No, goes for a double nair. Let's see. Jumps over the bow.
Yeah, once again, there was like, what, 3 inputs in the last like couple of seconds here. Kyna just still playing so patient despite being almost a full stock behind. And there's those early disarms that are really problematic for the Taros pick, and Power closes the door on that one with an off the top KO as well. It's 2-1.
That was wow. What a read from Power there, man. Oh.
Yeah, I feel like, again, like Kyna kind of found himself in a spot where he does his normal thing of like, I'm going to move around, I'm going to jump around, like I'm not going to quite commit to something, and then I'm going to punish you because, you know, my 9-strength Taros can KO you in like a few hits. But then, like, if you never get the chance to press the button, you're not going to get the stocks. And Power really capitalized on just attacking first in a lot of good positions and like picking his timing really, really cleanly. Like, it's hard to individually point out in the moment, but it was like certain points where he was like willing to not attack, like with Kyna, and play the dance a little bit. And then when he was attacking, every time it would work. And look at this, we're seeing a swap.
Wow, okay.
What do you think about this?
I don't know, man. I mean, Val is a great legend. She's never bad.
We said gauntlets are good.
Gauntlets are good
right now. They've never been
so,
like
sword,
not good.
Honestly, decent spot. You know, decent spot, all things considered. We're talking about someone who's a neutral monster. That's Kyna, right? You put a sword in his hand. I can see it working out, but forget the sword. I mean, the gauntlets as well. I mean, Kyna also known for having a really strong punish game. Can maybe make it capitalize, but I do know that historically, Qatar's into gauntlets has been a winning matchup, but Kyna's not making it seem that way right now.
Yeah, and I wonder if maybe, you know, again, like getting disarmed in like orange it feels so bad probably, but like maybe you swap into the gauntlets, A, because they're pretty strong like we've been saying, and B, so that you can just kind of be a little bit faster, like your frame data is a little bit better as well. Like the sluggishness of the axe and the hammer at times might just be a little bit too reactable for Power.
Kind of just threw away a free stock right there, but not getting a punish.
Okay.
Guess don't get right back. No, he got the touch. Oh, he does it to the wrong side. Yeah, I think he was trying to maybe like dash back and do it or something, but it's okay. That's 2 different opportunities. Kind of could have gotten stock now already. Kind of letting Power last a little bit too long. That end light's not enough off the side. Recovery's not going to hit. Wow. Power might actually be the one to get the first stock here.
It's very possible, especially kind of keeping his head on a swivel for a weapon. Does find the sword, does find the weapon toss, forces the high angle. This is recovery, and Power knew it. A recovery of his own steals away the first stock.
Yeah, kind of. Not looking as clean, you know, which in part is probably because you don't play Val as much as Taros, that's for sure. I know the hours don't add up, and Power's definitely taking advantage of the fact that not nearly as refined. This Endlight's going to get the first stock. Kyna has to start revving up now. You are at tournament point already in this game with Power having 2 games. You have to win this one and the next one to go on further into this bracket, so it all starts here.
Yeah, and I mean, in fairness, like the beginning stages of the first stock looked really good. Like you had said, you know, it's maybe a winning matchup for Katars into Gauntlets, but then Kyna was playing like early damage really, really clean. It's just, I think, like you said, the closing out of the stocks is what might be problematic for him right now.
Oh, huge. Burns the dodge.
Oh, what? That, I don't know. I think he tried to slide onto the wall, but then cut the 45, so he never got the touch he was looking for, and then panic recovered.
Yeah, definitely needed to delay that recovery to not go above the lip, to not get caught by that side sig, but now definitely in a scary position. Kyna hasn't been able to get really too much started, gets an end light, and that's kind of it. The punishes aren't hitting as hard as he needs them to. He's not able to get the dodge reach. That's a good opening. Okay, doesn't take any damage for that one either, but
could be the end of the line, though, for Kyna.
Nice. Side sig will KO in the corner. Has to be grounded, though.
Oh, recovery, just disarms. Recovery, again, would have gotten it, but didn't pull the trigger. Really, really precarious spot, like you said.
Oof.
And every passing hit is just more and more likely for Power to close this one out. Does find the recovery. Not enough on this stage.
Yeah, questionable. Maybe it would have been better to go for the side air there and try to play the edge guard. Oh,
yeah,
Power's
the read.
fishing. Power's fishing, yeah. Next time Power gets a D-light or an N-light on those Katars, it's going to likely be a position to win the entire set. But we have the bow here, so now we have recovery. Not enough.
Not enough.
You got side sig, N sig.
There's one chance, that's
it.
And just like that, a 3-1 victory for Power will guarantee Power a podium spot. And Big Taros doesn't make it.
Yeah, Kyna not hitting the podium this time around. Kind of rare. But, I mean, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. He made it extremely far using effectively Old Faithful and then tried to